Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Neetu here.
And it's your guy Igor here.
So today we are going to be talking about the topic on why you should be considering moving to Calgary even if you don't have a job. So we are going to start with our story. We moved from Scarborough, Igor and I, from Scarborough with no jobs,
No money.
and we were basically poor international students who were basically hunting for jobs. And we did a lot of research in Ontario. It was basically impossible to get a job there, and even if we got, it was hardly the basic salary.
And there was no information too on the YouTube or anywhere. I just looked on a Google pictures of how Calgary looks like, and that's about it. We didn't know the city, we didn't know anything, or employers or anything. Just some friends said you might be getting an oil and gas job there and you would get more money and immigration is going to be easier. So that's how we moved.
So we definitely thought that we are going to get an oil and gas job, but that's not what happened. We got into the industry that I got into the industry that I had experience in, and he got into the industry that he had experience in. And the best part is we got a job in what, 3 months after.
No, faster than that. First month we got a job.
First month we got a couple of interviews and we got a job. So I don't think so. People who say that there are unemployment rates are skyrocketing in Calgary, the only industry that is, that is right now in Calgary that you get a job is the oil and gas sector. That's absolutely incorrect. We have the IT industry that is booming. We have the healthcare industry. We have the construction industry. There are continuously people are looking. Employers are looking for people who want to work in their own sector, and
we were stuck in logistics for years.
Well, logistics is my main thing, which I had experience, and I moved from logistics. I moved from logistics to manufacturing, which I felt that manufacturing is better than just being into freight forwarding or logistics. You tend to search for options once you actually have a Calgarian experience, and that's what most employers are looking for. If you actually know the city, if you actually know what you're doing, and if you're actually involved in the community, they want somebody as a person who can be just like you, who can be a good fit for you, and that's how they choose their people.
Yeah, that's the biggest advantage of us, guys. So what happened is, the quick snapshot. We came here without a job offer.
Yeah.
We applied for jobs using our friend's Calgary address, just to pretend like we are here.
Yeah.
And we didn't have any savings, and we didn't have a job, we didn't have a place to stay. So we just came here. We didn't know many people in Calgary either. I think Neetu knew one person, but anyways. So what happened is we moved here without anything, but the biggest advantage I think we had is when we actually got called for an interview is we were available, we were here.
Yeah.
So that was if Neetu said I'm in Ontario, they'll probably hang up and call somebody in Calgary. So it was an advantage for us being here. That's why I think that's when the main reason we moved without a job, right?
Yeah. And another thing was, like, you have to know the city. You have to know like where exactly you're comfortable staying in. So whoever is considering to move to Calgary what would you rather say?
Well, I would rather say, like you go for a cheaper house and you're like, oh, Dover and Forest Lawn.
Yeah.
Looks pretty attractive. I mean, this is a really nice basement out there and I really like, but they don't know the reputation of that area, the stigma of the entire Calgary, not liking those specific communities because of a higher crime rate or problems with education, schools, and if you have kids and things. So people don't know the local knowledge. So
if you're moving as a couple, if you're moving just by yourself, probably that's the cheapest way to go, because renting, because what we did was we rented in Marlborough. That is also not very
at that time it was worth.
We saw people with guns in the Walmart parking lot in Marlborough. I think people are still seeing
there was a situation where it's not as bad, but some guy wanted to stab a police officer and got shot. People getting hit by a C train on a car when they're going on a red light. Airplane freaking landed next to Marlborough Mall, and people came out of the airplane and went to Tim Hortons. Like, you tell me a story you haven't heard. It happened somewhere in that area. That's where we lived because we didn't know anything about the communities and things like that. I mean, Marlborough is getting better than back then, but at that time, people were like, "Are you okay living there?" I was like, what's wrong? I didn't know about that.
Yes, and another point that I would like to point out is that people say that there are no jobs. In fact, right now, because I'm a mortgage broker with DLC Clear Trust and he is a realtor with EXP Realty, we have had clients who have 2 jobs. That's right, not one. 2 jobs. They are working from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and sometimes it might not be hectic, but we have got that person a house, a mortgage and a house. So
Yeah.
so people, there are many different kind of understanding about
People
Calgary.
overemployed, not unemployed. There was another person too who
Yes.
purchased a home last year too. Same thing.
So
Multiple jobs.
I know that there has been an unemployment problem in Calgary before, but times are changing fastly. Like it's not as it was before. You know, the market is competitive just like it was in Toronto and Vancouver. But another thing is that if your employer actually allows you to move to Calgary and if you work remotely, I mean, that's the best thing that can ever happen. You don't have to even think about the income that you might be earning or you might be losing. I mean, talk to your employer. If you are working remotely, if you can work hybrid,
Yeah.
talk to your employer, talk to your manager and see that, can I move to Calgary? This is my dream to move to Calgary, to be a homeowner because I'm placed out of the market of Ontario and BC. And just because I'm working remotely, can I go
Yeah.
there and have that conversation with your employer? Most likely the chances are the employer would say yes, because they don't want to lose you, because you're a very good asset to the company, and they would actually guarantee that, provided you would be there for important meetings and discussions in place, you know, in face to face when they want you to.
It's like my friend from City of Toronto who worked there, who actually purchased a home, I think 1.5 years when I was just starting in real estate. It's my 2 years, I'm on my 3rd year right now. And anyways, so what happened is he moved from Toronto because he had to get up by 3 a.m. and drive to work more than 1.5 hour driving commute one way and then coming back. And even though it's the City of Toronto, good pay, he said it's not worth the money. He's like, the life that I'm getting because of this, it's not worth. So that person that person didn't just transfer here. That person just moved here. They said, I'm so fed up. I'm not going to be like, the City of Toronto is not going to transfer you to City of Calgary. It's like different cities, different organizations. Just left the place, and just moved without a job offer over here because he got so fed up. But I would recommend one thing is exploratory visit. Guys, like, visit Calgary. The problem is the exploratory visit. This is the problem, I'll warn you, is because if you come here and you go to Banff, Lake Louise, you go to Simorain Lake, and you go to Canmore, and then you see Kananaskis, you go to Elbow Falls where Jumanji was shot, you see all those places. The problem is you should not do it, because then you're going to definitely move to Calgary after exploratory visit. You're going to see where you are living right now. You'll be like, Saskatchewan? You are... Even Edmonton? Okay, I'm not going to make fun of Edmonton, but anyways, what I'm trying to say is, if you come for exploratory visit, you might be doomed, because now you'll be thinking of moving to Calgary after that. But that's one thing, to learn the geography and see if you like it here. I would highly recommend, if you can afford, if you are not like us when we were poor, broke international students. Now we are homeowners. We have 2 properties in Calgary. We have 2 separate businesses running and things like that. It's been Calgary has been nothing but a blessing to our family, honestly.
Exactly. Yes. So another thing is that people who actually are just taking all the risk. It also depends on the risk factor that you would want to take. So people who are actually moving here without any idea, without any knowledge, or without any research, go for it, I would say. I mean, you would think that, after 10 years down the line, I should have done that risk, if you wouldn't, right? So I would say that come here, start going out for volunteering events, start meeting people, join a meetup group, start going for these expos, job fairs. I'm going to link the links down below in the description. There are many job fairs that's happening in Calgary, especially in summer. Employers have a budget, and they are actually out there wanting to interview people right in person. So
Lilac Festival just happened too.
Yeah, so you never know. And also, these volunteering opportunities are very good networking event that you can make yourself available out there. Let them know that if you're actually searching for a job, you never know that an HR might be there in that event. So
yeah. It took me to about a week to get a job in Calgary. It took me about 14 days to get a job in Calgary, our first jobs.
Yeah.
And then we kind of shifted industries, changed places. So yeah, you know, but a couple of things to remember. I think just one, what we would do smarter this time, because if we were move again, and if we had any savings and we had any backup plans, I would recommend you having enough savings just in case, you know, searching for a job takes you more than a week. Okay, so have extra savings. You'll also be able to explore local, like Nito said, the communities, the city. You would know where to live, where the employers are, where you'll be more available to go to those places for interviews. If they call you for an interview, you can just show up, and it shows that you are committed to and you are already here. So not some person from Quebec or from Vancouver and God knows where. You're right here and you're available to start working right now. So they would rather prefer you over anyone else out of province, especially in Calgary. People don't really like those guys in the east too much. So if you're here, even if you're from the east, they wouldn't know. But you'd get a job way faster like that anyways. And another part is, you know, the geography. And Nitu said networking. So there's lots of things like that. But just have some savings and have some backup plan just in case you don't get your dream job in your first week and you have to still rent and keep on working towards your job offer.
And definitely all these websites for employment opportunities like LinkedIn, Indeed. I mean, you should have your resume in your phone and just be ready to send it, and make sure that you absolutely utilize the services from Service Canada and everywhere, so that you can actually be ready and, you know, your resume is with you all the time.
Yeah.
So
and also, guys, I'll tell you one thing is, if you ever decide to join my industry and just become a realtor with EXP, I'll leave my coordinates in the description of this video. Just to, you know, I'll explain. We have a group, we have an insane mentorship, we have insane training there. We are the biggest globally recognized group that's growing on the real estate in our brokerage, and our brokerage is huge, biggest one in Alberta. So if you want to be a realtor and be self-employed, have your own income, be your own boss, or, you know, even a mortgage broker, I'll need to contact us also as well there. She's going to be starting her group as well very soon. And anyways, let me know if you want to join our industry as well. It's pretty amazing. But also, if you don't want to become a realtor, you don't want to go into real estate, you want to go through the stress of being self-employed and being on a variable income, so to speak, then, and if you're searching for a house, you need pre-approve, you call Nito with DLC Credit Trust Mortgage, you need a house, you know who to call as well. The contacts will be in the description of this video too.
Well, we guys hope you guys enjoyed this video and you found this video informative. So please make sure you subscribe, like, and follow us for more.
Yeah, see you guys in the next video. Follow Nito's channel.